Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to my channel. Right now, I am actually in a hotel room in Philadelphia, and the reason why I'm here is because I backed up 2 of my trips, which I had mentioned a few videos ago. This is not something that I normally do. However, every once in a while, if it's a good trip, I will do this just to get in some extra hours. The last layover I had was Dublin, Ireland, and that trip was definitely worth doubling up and the extra days away from home. It is a pretty gloomy day here in Philly. The reason why I did not go home yesterday is because I would have flown home to Denver yesterday only to have one night there to immediately fly back again this morning. So for me, it just made more sense while I'm already in work mode to get a hotel and stay here in between my trips. One thing people ask as a commuter is, do I pay for my hotel rooms and do I pay for my flights? So yes, I do pay for my hotel room as a commuter since this was in between trips. I paid for this room all on my own. However, when I am on a work trip as a flight attendant, like I have signed in at the airport, I am on duty, it is a work trip, the airline does cover that. I do not pay for those hotel rooms. And when it comes to commuting flights, if it is on my airline and if it is domestic, I am on what is called a standby seat and I don't have to pay for it. But I only get that seat if there are seats available on the flight. For example, I would never kick off a paying passenger just so I could have their seat just so I could get to work. Like, that would never happen. But if the flight is full, then I can always take the flight attendant jump seat. However, if it is an international commute, which there are some flight attendants that do commute internationally, then you have to pay an international tax. Also, I do have the ability to fly standby on some other airlines too, as long as my airline has an agreement with them, and it's the same thing. It's a standby seat. I would never kick off a paying passenger for it. However, you do pay a tax for that. So for example, for my Dublin trip, I actually commuted in on Southwest because there were some flights on my airline that canceled due to weather issues and whatnot the night before. And so I was looking at what other options I had available in order to make it to my trip in time, and I noticed that Southwest had a flight that was the perfect timing for me. They had one open seat and I felt like I won the lottery because I got that seat and I was able to commute to work on time. But I did have to pay, I think it was around $48 for that specific flight. So there is a fee when you have to commute on a different airline. Anyway, that is totally off topic. I don't know why I'm going into this whole thing about commuting, but I have seen some questions about it and maybe some of you find that interesting. But I am going to finish cleaning up my room and getting ready for work. Oh my gosh, you guys, I can't believe that I forgot to mention this in my Ireland vlog, but now that we are in the month of April, something really big has happened. So back in October of last year, the flight attendants at my airline, we secured a new contract, and in that contract, we now have boarding pay. With this huge contract, there were different things, different work rules, for example, that took some time to implement, and boarding pay is finally being implemented, which is awesome. So if you didn't know, I'm not sure about every airline across the world. I can only speak for my own experiences. However, prior to April of this year, I have never been paid for boarding as a flight attendant. I have only ever been paid for like the hours that we have actually pushed off from the gate, taxiing, flying, landing, all of that stuff. Obviously, this is huge because this is a really big thing that we advocated for as flight attendants. We advocated that we deserve to be paid for our time boarding the flights, not just our time in the air. And I'm just so grateful to be a part of this change within the aviation industry. And I'm also really grateful for our union who fought really hard for us to be able to secure this contract and not only boarding pay, but some other work rules as well. Now for boarding pay, it is half of my hourly rate, but you know what? It's still a really big change. It's still something to be grateful for. It's better than nothing. And I just wanted to share this good news with all of you. Speaking of work, I'm about to head to the airport to start a 3-day trip. We have 2 flights today. We are going from Philadelphia to Charlotte, and then I do have to sit at the airport, I think for like 2.5 hours or 3 hours, something like that. But then from Charlotte, we will go to Los Angeles. So let's make it a great day, and I will talk to you guys later. I just got to my hotel room in Los Angeles and it is currently 10:17 p.m. I have a new background photo of Luna on here. Isn't she so cute? Anyway, I'm getting distracted. What I was gonna tell you guys is today was not the greatest day. It was a pretty rough day. Just people yelling at me and getting mad at me for things that are just out of my control. And you know what? It happens every once in a while. I love my job, but it is a job and it's not always perfect. You can love something and still be frustrated with it sometimes, and that's kind of just how today was. It was a rough day. It was a long day. You know, we had the one flight from Philly to Charlotte, and then we had the 3-hour sit in the airport, and then we had a 5-hour and 5-minute flight. I think that's how long it was, from Charlotte here to Los Angeles. So I'm just feeling a little bit homesick. Today is the end of day 4 of 6 of me being gone, and it was just a rough day. Doesn't mean it's a bad job, doesn't mean it's a bad life. It was just a bad day. Trying to keep things in perspective and remember that this is just one day out of my entire life. So I definitely want to get a good night of sleep tonight, reset, and have a much better day tomorrow. As you all know, I am naturally a very positive person. I don't like getting on here and complaining or whatever. But at the same time, I do also really value truth and transparency, and I don't think it would be fair of me to just be on the vlog and tell you guys that it was a great day and that everything was perfect and yada yada, when in reality it wasn't. Like, it was a rough day in terms of like the customer service aspect of my job, and that's just how it is sometimes. So yeah, but with all of that said, literally at the end of the day, like right now, I'm grateful for my health. I'm grateful to be alive. Even though it was a rough day, of course, I'm grateful for my job. I am going to wash my face and go to bed because I am exhausted, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. You guys, look how nice it is out today. The sun is shining. I think later today, I definitely want to go walk outside by the marina and see all of those boats. It's just such a beautiful day. I slept great last night. I really needed a good night of sleep. It's a new day. I wanted to wake up feeling very positive today. Oh my gosh, I'm just now looking at my hair in the camera and wow, it looks crazy. But anyway, the last time I did a Q&A, someone asked me what I like to do to de-stress, or like when I'm going through a stressful situation, what I like to do. And I'm gonna do things today that I feel like make me feel better. So like yesterday, I obviously had a stressful day. It wasn't very good. So I wanted to make sure that I got a really good night of sleep. I am gonna go get in a workout, and then I wanna spend some time outdoors in the sun today. And that is pretty much all that I really want to do, because I had such an active layover in Ireland. This one, I definitely want to be a little bit more chill and restful, because that is what my body's telling me that it needs. I'm about to eat this granola bar right now and then go work out. I am not the type of person that can work out on an empty stomach. Eric is. I don't know how he does it, but I am not. Like, I need a little bit of something in my system. So I'm gonna eat this. And then this hotel also offers complimentary breakfast, which we love. Good morning. How's Miss Loons? Miss Loon. Hi, sweetie. Oh, hello, Miss Loons. Hello, Miss Luna. What a beautiful and peaceful walk. It is so nice outside right now. The sun is shining on me. There's a light breeze. I'm walking along all of the boats. It is just so serene out here right now. But I think the next thing that I want to do is try to find somewhere to eat because I am getting a bit hungry for lunch. I found a spot to eat that was absolutely perfect. It's called The Hive, and I got an acai bowl, but I got a blue one, which I think is so cool. And it has blueberries, mango, pineapple, I think, some coconut shavings, almond, some sort of whipped cream thing in it too, and almond butter on top. It looks absolutely delicious, so give it a try. See, look how cool that is. It's blue. That is really good. That's different from the normal acai that I usually get. Yum. It's like the most perfect weather to be enjoying this type of meal too. Good evening, everybody. It is currently 8:24 p.m. My pickup is at 9:35 p.m. I did sleep for a few hours, although, man, I really wish I could have kept sleeping. I was really tired, but I need to start getting ready for work. I bought this little Starbucks vanilla frappuccino downstairs, and I went and got some ice, so I'm gonna drink this while I get ready for work. Also, I did not realize there was a Capriati's that was within delivering distance from my hotel room. You guys know how much I love Capriati's. It's my favorite sandwich shop, and I am pretty hungry, so I think I'm going to eat half of my sandwich now. I always get a turkey sandwich, and then I'll eat the other half on my flight. Yay! And I have a bag of chips too, and then just for funsies, I got myself this little brownie cookie dessert too. I'm gonna eat half my sandwich now and then start getting ready to go to work. I miss you. Oh, you got that shoe. Look at you. Oh, you knocked off my glasses. Oh, silly goose. My baby.